Shalom. Call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah Ba'Hashem Kakudash. It says no jab, no play. Tennis star Andy Murray backs C19 cure for the good of the sport. So he's for the cure. I'm not gonna read this whole article, but then you go down to this player right here. It says, I don't want to be forced to take one. Anti-curer Novak Djokovic speaks on fears of compulsory jabs. And then you'll go right here on this paragraph. It says Murray's comments are sure to be controversial in a society that has grown increasingly wary of vaccinations, with the so-called anti-vax movement growing in popularity worldwide, harboring in a general distrust of vaccinations and big pharma. So, this man's come with more and more draconian laws, and it says distrust because he's being exposed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah. So everybody sees, him for what he truly is. And I want to grab Revelation 13:11 says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. That's talking about the Democrats and the Republicans, but it says because they got the left and they got the right wing, but they both on the same animal, essentially meaning that they have the same goal. But it says another beast coming up out of the earth, and you go to Malachi. I can't remember what verse it is, but it says basically Esau Edom said he was going to return and rebuild the desolate places. That's why it says, and beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, because they had to rebuild. So it says, and he spake as a dragon, and you get the meaning of dragon. It says, a dragon, a great serpent, a name for Satan. So you go to serpent right here. It says a sly, treacherous person, especially one who exploits a position of trust in order to betray it. And you go back to that article said people are basically distrusting. And why? Because through the spirit, this devil's being exposed. So people are actually seeing him for what he is. So he's pushing these different laws and stuff to make it to where it seems as if you're supposed. He's making it seem he's making it seem to the people as if they're supposed to accept it, but ultimately some people are seeing his sly ways and how he talks treacherously, basically. And this is Ecclesiasticus 12, and I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, Esau Edom, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And when you look at iron, it doesn't rust right away. But if you put some water on it, eventually it's going to rust. So that eventually he's going to show his true colors at the last end. So it says, though he humble himself. So even though he's appearing to, he has this humble appearance. It says, and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So it says thou. So it's basically you, the men of the Lord, are going to be appear to Esau Edom as basically a mirror, a looking glass. So when it's real foggy, you can't really see it. Then you wipe it off, and it's basically saying if Esau Edom looked in the mirror, he's gonna recognize himself. And why? Because we are the men of the Lord are a looking glass, because through the spirit we are bringing out his wickedness, and that's just another reason why he wants the prophets off the streets, because it goes against what he has going on. And if you continue in Revelation 13, it says, this is verse 15, it says, and he had the power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And those that are not going to worship the image of the beast are the prophets, man. And Lord willing, we are part of that number, the 144K, and that 1/3, the remnant. But you know, that's why they're going to be some are going to be killed, because they're not going to bow down to the system. So Lord willing, that was at a final. Call Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Shalom.